Doctor, we're going to review this year.
It's been another year.
It's been a full year. 2 full years of this.
Yeah.
2 full years.
It's crazy.
Still hasn't taken off, but it's still fun.
Yeah. I mean, we do it for the science.
We gotta solve shit.
How many episodes? What was this last one came out? Was it number 78?
77.
77?
Yeah.
77 conversations about the wildest shit.
What's funny is it really should be 104 by the end of this year, but sometimes episodes get missed. Life gets busy.
Yeah. Or technical difficulties happen.
Sometimes, yeah. There was an episode. It was that freestyle one we did where the battery died on one of the cameras halfway and we just said, fuck it. I was going to cobble that one together and just make clips out of it, but the sync is way off. It's funny because when you watch the videos individually, they work just fine, but when you try to sync them up in Premiere Pro, nothing.
Weird.
It's like watching an Asian movie where your mouth is closed, but there's still dialogue coming from you. It was super weird.
Oh, you should do is just put like I'm speaking Japanese, just like Japanese dialogue over the top, and then what I'm actually saying under the bottom.
I could do that, man.
Yeah.
I could do it. So, let's talk about some of our favorite episodes
Of this year?
of this year. One of my favorites, because I really feel like it sparked a whole different paradigm, was the telepathy tapes.
Yeah.
I feel like after that, it was just like a cascade of new and interesting shit to talk about.
Yeah. It's really wild, like looking at all these different topics that we look into, how something like that, which is in the realm of what we're always talking about, just opens up so many different avenues of thought. And that opened up astral projection and
Remote
viewing and that whole thing of consciousness,
manifestation.
And it's like if you're opening up all these different ideas, and so it's just really expanding the way that you can think about everything, that all these things that we've talked about. So it's almost like it opened up a new door or a new window for us to look at all these different things that we're talking about. So yeah.
It really did, because I think about all the episodes of the first year, a lot of it was just topics that we've always kind of talked about, or topics that you could just literally watch on TV at any given moment. Things like Area 51 or Dulce or UAPs, vampires, all that sort of thing, where there's a plethora of information at any given time. And like I said, you could literally turn on the TV, flip a few channels, and you'll probably see something about one of those topics.
Yeah.
But after the telepathy tapes, everything really became a little bit more ethereal. It really opened that pineal gland to discussing things that were more kind of soul-based, or spiritually based, than just an actual science or a cover-up of conspiracy, which we still did things like that.
Yeah.
But going into these other topics where it's like, it's not just about perpetuating stories that you've heard or just regurgitating the same information. It became about now we have something to theorize about, and it's something that we can try and experience on our own, or even share experiences that we've had that are related to that subject.
Right.
It was such a cool game changer.
It was, and it, like I said, you go through and you have to almost rethink all of these things that we've talked about before. In the UAP realm, is it actually extraterrestrials or is it interdimensionals? It just opened up a whole new avenue of possibilities or a new thought process to have to think about or get to think about.
It's definitely rewired my brain in a really big way to where I don't interpret dreams the same way I used to, or the kind of things I would see when I would just close my eyes, you know, and you think you're just seeing fluid, you know, in the back of your eyelid or whatever. Now I see it very differently, as if I am being shown something, but I can't quite interpret what it is.
Yeah.
And the idea, you know, manifestation, where I always thought manifestation was total horseshit. Now I go, no, it's absolutely real. It's just a gift that we're not fully capable of harnessing. You could do it on a certain scale, and the more you do it, the better you'll get at it. But before, I was just like, bullshit.
Yeah.
But now
What are you guys, fucking stupid?
Retard. But I see these things now as they are reality. They're no longer just a fringe or woo-woo topic. They're things that I've experienced myself, but didn't fully understand until I delved in and learned more about it.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. All of those subjects that we talked about in that, like, 4-month period really changed the way that I think about things.
It really has, even within that respect, because I used to just think about topics as individuals. Now, after having kind of gone down that rabbit hole, I realized all this shit is connected. It's all connected in some way or another.
Yeah.
Even if you want to say astral projection is way over here and like vampires are way over here, there's still a way to get there.
Yeah.
And it's just, you may not have the complexity of mind to really understand it, and you may not have all the pieces to put the puzzle together, but it is connected.
Yeah, but that's, I think, even that is part of the journey of, like, okay, you've discovered a new land over there, now you have to discover the route to get there. Like, it's just another piece of the puzzle that you can try to find if you keep looking for it.
Yeah, and it's something that I want to keep revisiting, but I want to do it in a meaningful way and not just beat a dead horse.
Yeah.
I don't want to just do, astral projection episode 2, you know, there has to be some meaning behind going back to it.
Yeah.
Even if it's just like, oh, I had this wild experience and I want to revisit it because I think I was astral projecting. Or bringing on somebody who's had experience or has more knowledge about it. Things like that I think are really cool.
Yeah.
I don't want to just do a sequel episode for no reason.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, some of these topics that we talk about, there's so much interesting information, and we try to, like, remember it off the top of our head, like, of, like, going through it. Okay, this happened, but, like, things like that where you can actually try and like you were like actively trying to be astral projecting or dreams, and those are things that I keep saying that I want to do, but like I forget to do them. Mm-hmm. So I think it's something that, you know, everybody can work towards doing all these, whatever it is that you want to do. You just have to actually do them. But yeah, that whole time was a mind expanding moment in
huge.
Yeah.
And it's something that I wish more people would delve into. I mean, of all the shit that we talk about, those are the episodes I wish more people would tune into, because there is something there that will help you open up your mind. It will help change your thought process to a better way. And I'm not saying that in a mean way. I mean that in a very positive way of this can add real value to the skill set of your mind.
Yeah.
And I just really want people to, like, even if you're not going to listen to ours about it, listen to somebody's about it. Read a book about it or whatever it is.
Yeah, especially in that realm of, like, you just hear something, and before it'd be like, if you have a negative reaction to something that you've heard, it would be like, okay, yeah, that didn't make me feel great about. Now it's like you hear that, you feel that, negative feeling or positive feeling, and then now I'm to the point where I'm questioning, why am I feeling that way about this certain thing?
Yeah.
So it's almost like reprogram my brain to, like I said, think about what I'm thinking about. Like,
Yeah.
maybe it put me into a fucking loop of psychosis. I don't know.
Well, I think people get in that mindset of, it can't be. I can't see it, touch it, smell it, taste it, hear it. Doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Which is completely wrong. So I agree. Even if you are having a weird negative reaction to hearing something like that, it probably means you need to investigate it. Unless it's flat Earth. Don't look into that at all.
You can. I think it's fun to look at.
I think it's fun to look at people who believe in flat Earth.
Yeah.
In the same vein that I look at the internet alpha males. Because I look at these people and I go, I feel so much better about myself.
You're such an idiot.
The biggest fucking dummy.
Hollow Earth? Maybe. Flat Earth? You're an idiot.
Yeah, you're just fucking stupid. Stupid.
I'm sure that there are people out there that come across our podcast and be like, these guys are fucking retarded.
That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing your opinion.
Yeah. Comment.
Yeah. Hey, thanks for the view.
Comment and dislike. I don't know.
Yeah, dislike it all you want. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, so, I mean, even that, like, one of my favorite episodes was, or two of my favorite episodes were the Book of Enoch and the pyramids, because they're something that I've always been into, but even those things, like looking at it from this perspective of, like, having an understanding of a different realm, it made a lot more sense. Like,
Yeah.
The mysticism around the pyramids and the Book of Enoch is a lot more digestible, coming from a place of thinking about these things like astral projection or telepathy, stuff like that. So yeah, I think that it's really one of those, a key moment in our journey so far.
I think so too, and the numbers kind of help speak for themselves on that. So I got to tell you, before I get to my point on that, do you know what the best performing episode on YouTube is? Just take a wild guess.
I have no idea.
I don't look at the metrics very often, but the highest performing episode on YouTube of the video version, not just in terms of views, but interaction, Steven Seagal.
Really? That's wild.
The second best performing episode on YouTube, The Book of Enoch.
Huh. Yeah, I could see that. Steven Seagal, wow. I wonder if it's more people are interested because they dislike Steven Seagal or because they are interested in Steven Seagal.
Oh man, I gotta tell you, there's so many channels that pretty much dedicate their channel to shitting on Steven Seagal,
Yeah.
and I am here for it.
Yeah.
It is so good. Just the way people poke fun at him is so fucking entertaining.
Well, you even look at like the fucking Bad Thoughts. The fucking Steven Seagal episode.
Yeah.
And that came out right after we'd fucking did the Steven
not
Seagal,
that long after. But Tom Segura had a bit about Steven Seagal years ago.
All right.
Which is pretty good. But to the point is, the Book of Enoch is something that there's a lot of lore around, and there's a lot of people who are very interested in it. And case in point with Andrew, he was super interested in it, but he comes at it from a very religious point of view, a very faith-based point of view, and he's still interested in it. But the Book of Enoch is looked at as kind of like, that's not part of the canon, you know. But if a guy who's that faith-based can look at it and say, this is part of my belief, everybody else should be able to. And then me, I'm kind of on the polar opposite, where I have no religious affiliation whatsoever, and I look at that and I go, that seems just more real than what's in the Bible to me. So it's something that gets treated as a very polarizing topic, but it's really not. It's actually a very tethering topic where it can bring everybody together. The problem with it, I think, is the figurehead of Billy Carson and the way he kind of perpetuates it, which I'm all about, but I can see why a lot of people are not.
Yeah, I mean, we did the Billy Carson episode of like, I think we came to the conclusion of like, we don't think Billy is a terrible guy or a bad person, but he has done some things that he might have to atone for in the public space.
You know, and that's a thing, I actually put it on the notes over there where we did these episodes on kind of figureheads. And when I was kind of going through and making that list and looking at it in terms of, there's kind of a figurehead for a bunch of different aspects. So we had Holzer, who's kind of in the paranormal realm, and then David Icke in the conspiracy realm, and Stephen Greer in the UFO realm, and then Billy Carson is kind of in that religious aspect, where that actually kind of worked better than just going like, all right, let's do 3 or 4 people from the paranormal realm and then we'll throw a few in here and there. It was kind of like taking one from each field. Yeah. And let's beat on them a little bit. And Billy Carson, we were really pretty nice to. David Icke, I was not. Stephen Greer was a little bit more in the middle, I think. I mean, Holzer, we propped that guy up pretty well, I think.
Yeah.
But he deserved it.
Yeah.
Now, David Icke, he deserved a fair amount of his criticism, too.
Yeah, and again, like, I think that David Icke is... he's got some wild things that he talks about, but... there's a lot of research into a lot of these things that we talk about that he goes through that like make a lot of sense to me, and it's like, oh, I can see where you can connect that, but I just have a hard time connecting with his end-all be-all statement of,
it's all reptilians, every fucking bit.
Or it's like, I don't know, I feel like when somebody says they know something definitively that can't be known definitively is probably incorrect.
Yes. I don't like this sensibility of trying to be kind of altruistic and definitive at the same time.
Yeah.
Like, I'm telling you what is because I am the good person. I am the arbiter of knowledge, and you should only listen to me.
Right.
I cannot fucking stand that.
Yeah, it's kind of a... Yeah, don't listen to them, listen to me.
Yeah, which is perfectly encompassing Stephen Greer.
Yeah.
To all bad actors, all my information is legit, 100%. Don't listen to anybody else.
Yeah, there was a couple of different ones that we did. We did the Warrens and the ghost hunting people.
So the Warrens Bagans episode was the one that didn't work.
Yeah.
So that kind of goes in with what I was saying, where we kind of cherry picked for each field, where I think that's something that we should continue is instead of just go like the Warrens, the Bagans, and another ghost hunter, and let's just do all of those in 1 year. Instead, let's like pick one of them, and that'll be the paranormal one. Now we got to take another conspiracy person, or like Rick Doty, for example, which he kind of needs an episode.
He needs an episode. He's gone through so many of our episodes that
fucking Rick Doty. We also kind of did the same thing with places, where in the year prior we kind of did a triple threat with Area 51, Dulce, and Dugway. And we kind of did the same with actually I think Appalachia was last year. I can't remember, sometimes I get confused, but kind of sticking to that same protocol of let's make a list. These are the people in these fields, and then these are the places we want to talk about. Or, like, these are the conspiracies we want to cover. So we actually have a more varied list, but they have kind of a theme to it. You know what I mean? I think it'll help keep us more organized than just being like, hey, let's do an episode. What do you want to talk about? Fuck, I don't know. The Simpsons, you know, or whatever.
Well, yeah, I think that's a solid plan. But yeah, there are so many people in this realm of the things that we talk about that are interwoven through places and fucking. So, I mean, it is almost something that you need to map out to get something straight. Almost like the what was that episode that we did that was like all over the fucking place?
There's a few of those.
There was one episode that we were just like, dude, I cannot figure out this timeline, and you're like, oh, I have it all.
Oh, Montauk.
Yeah.
That took me fucking forever to just. I literally had to sit down and draw a timeline.
But it's like that Montauk subject is so interwoven through so many different things. We talked about it before in the Stranger Things is based off of it, and fucking MK Ultra is linked into it. The Manhattan Project or Philadelphia Project, they're all kind of woven together, and it's just like, how do you do it and talk about this thing in a linear conversation without having like multiple episodes dedicated to all these aspects of it that tie into it?
Well, I think that's where we should probably map it out a little bit better, where if let's say we were to do Montauk again, like first we need an episode on Philadelphia Experiment, and then we need one on MK Ultra, and then we can round out to Montauk because they all tie into that. Or like if we were to talk about Skinwalker Ranch again, like let's do an episode on Skinwalkers, let's do one on Bigfoots, let's do one on portals, UAP, and now we can tie it all back together into Skinwalker Ranch. And be like, okay, for a reference point, you need to listen to this one. Not to be like, I'm assigning you homework, but if you want to understand better, here's a reference point, without having to go back and delve into context that you've already given.
Yeah, and I think that I always do that when we're talking about these subjects. I'll go back and rehash stuff that we've talked about in other episodes, just because I would like this to be like a standalone episode where you don't need to go and watch. But maybe that might be a thing of like creating a series so that you can be like, because that's what I did with that Book of Enoch episode, was where I listened to one and I was like, wait, what's she talking about? And then it turns out she has this like 15 episodes, and they're like 45 minutes a piece that are all talking about the whole story. I was like, oh, okay, I need to start at the beginning to understand what she's talking about through this whole thing. Which, I mean, I did it. I went through it and listened to the whole thing because it was fucking fascinating.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that that's a good idea to map out structure on things that were, especially bigger topics like those things like Montauk and these things that are interwoven together.
So here's a perfect example is this Garth Brooks episode, where normally when we're going to talk about a person, we don't include their background, especially if it's unimportant. Like with Hans Holzer, does it really matter that he was an immigrant? Does it matter that his family were Jews or any of that? Like, not really. None of it really plays a factor into the important things that we were going to talk about. Versus like Garth Brooks doing some of the research, is like, holy shit, we actually do need to delve into the backstory because some of it plays into fruition later on.
Right.
Where it's kind of like, we do need to talk about this person's early life and go through it in sequence so we can follow it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or like Steven Seagal. We didn't bother with his history. We just started smashing the piss out of it. So it's
We talked about his history a little bit. You know, he lived in Japan for a while because that's why he ran a dojo and fucking...
yeah, but those are like the talking points. It's not like, well, he was born in 1947 in Lansing, Michigan, and his parents were like, nobody cares about that shit.
That stuff is... To me, though, that stuff was interesting, too, because of all the shit that he said that he... Like, his background... Fake background stories that he said, like, later on. It's like, holy shit, man. Where the fuck are you really from?
Yeah.
So you're part Japanese, Indian, Russian, fucking half... all these...
Russian, Mongol.
How many halves do you have?
A shitload. I don't know what color I am. I could tell you. You white.
White? I don't know.
How do you say in English?
How you say white?
Well, yes,
I forget the English term.
Even though I've been speaking English my whole life. Sorry. Even though I've been speaking... He's like the Team U brand Marlon Brando. Like, always squinting, has that deep raspy voice, fatter than holy fuck.
When did we do that? Was that last year or was that this year?
That was this year.
Steven Seagal.
Yeah, that was this year.
Oh yeah, because we were here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I do think creating more structure for what we're going to do going forward is going to be more important. Because, you know, I think it's the same for you as it is for me. There's times you do all this fucking research, right? You delve deep and you learn all this shit, and then it comes time to record and you're,
I can't remember.
brain fart.
Yeah.
So at least having, you know, kind of like the whiteboard with the different talking points in order is like, okay, if we get lost, we have a reference.
Right.
And again, with this is, let's have ChatGPT there as a backup.
Yeah.
If there's a detail that gets lost in translation, hey, ChatGPT, hook it up.
Straighten this out for me because I'm getting all wound up in my own brain here.
Yeah, or, help us out and be a third party for a minute,
Yeah.
So I think that's something that's actually going to have these things be more fruitful and more full of information. But at the same time, I still don't want to do what everybody else does. When you hear, like when we were doing the Holzer one, you could listen to 10 podcasts and the first half of them is the exact same fucking thing.
Yeah.
In every podcast, where it's like, let's skip that and get to the meat and potatoes of what we really want to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need a Caesar salad. Let's go.
Yeah. Especially when you're consuming different other podcasts, because it's easier to do it that way than fucking reading an actual book. In the time constraints that we have, I'm not researching 30 different books to find out who Hans Holzer was. I'm going to listen to a bunch of people talk about what he did and his story, but like, who the fuck cares? Skip.
Yeah. It's like, I found myself basically starting one of these podcasts about Holzer and then just go ahead and cut 20 minutes in. Okay, they're still talking about backstory. Go a little bit more. Okay, now they're talking about methodology or lore.
Yeah.
Where that's what I want to hear. How many times can you hear that he's an Austrian immigrant before you're like, I fucking get it, dude?
Yeah, for me it was like 3.
Yeah, for me it was like 7. I'm like,
well, I mean, that as many times. Skip.
Oh, yeah.
Skip.
It just got old super fast.
Yeah.
That's like we've always talked about. We don't want to be like a scripted kind of thing. Half of the charm is just the shit talking we do, or when we veer off into something or theorize about it. Like, that's the fun.
Yeah, it's funny. When I go through and listen to the episodes, I'm like, oh shit. Yeah, I forgot we talked about that.
Yeah.
Or Kara will mention something like, what? And then go back and listen to it. Oh, yeah. That's right.
Yeah, I'll get like a random text every once in a while from somebody, and they'll be like, oh, this thing you were trying to think of is X, Y, or Z. Like, what the fuck are you even talking about? Oh, it's this episode. I haven't listened to that forever. Since I edited it. But I'll go back and look at it, and they go, oh, shit, you're right. That's what it was.
Yeah. And, like we said, we're just, most of the time, we're doing between 20 to 30 hours of research on things, and then trying to spit out all the information in an hour and a half, or like however long our episodes end up being. So yeah, a lot of shit gets missed or skipped or forgotten, or like can't remember the diatomaceous earth term, whatever. It's fucking there, dude. It's locked in now. I was actually, the only reason why I remembered that is because I was listening to that episode this morning.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, having a little bit more direction might be a good thing, or being more mapped out.
Yeah, but without being scripted.
Yeah.
Because I struggle to listen to scripted podcasts.
Yeah.
I mean, if whatever you're talking about has like a timeline that you have to follow, okay, I get that. But for the most part, I like hearing people do what we do, where they talk shit and they make jokes and they speculate and theorize and all that. That to me is more fun. Like, what's the one I listened to? It's like 2 or 3 dudes, and they make a lot of dick and fart jokes, but they talk about a lot of serious stuff. Like one I was listening to, and I'm struggling to think of the name of this fucking channel, but they were talking about like the cryptids and shit in Appalachia. That's how long ago it was. But they're just making all kinds of fucking stupid jokes and putting out very little information. And I had more fun listening to that than all the other research put together.
Yeah.
Because they're literally making dick and fart jokes. And I'm like, this is right up my alley.
Yeah, I mean, half the fun of it is just like listening to other people's opinions or speculations about something to open up another thought process of like, oh, wait, maybe that could be a thing. Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, your opinion is supposed to change by interacting with other people.
Yeah.
Not just reading the facts off of a book, because then you're just singularly focused. But sometimes somebody else will say something and it spurns you into going, oh shit, I've never thought of it from that angle.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what we're doing. We're having a conversation.
Yeah. And in delving into all these things that we talk about, it kind of forces me anyways to listen to so many different podcasts and YouTube channels, and like I've found a whole bunch of new channels that I fucking love.
Oh yeah.
Whereas before it was like, you know, listen to Joe Rogan and Sean Ryan and the basic staple huge podcast platforms, which are great still, but like you can only listen to Joe Rogan talk about fucking his theory on aliens so many times.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, yeah, I get that. I want to hear somebody else's perspective on it. Like,
yeah. And I mean, we're all thankful for the Joe Rogan show.
Yeah.
But it's not necessarily because of Joe Rogan. A lot of the time it's because of the guests that he has on.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's who I'm really there to see. Joe Rogan is more just like a placeholder for the everyman. But he is more intelligent than the average man because he seeks the intelligence.
Yeah.
It's not just your average dude who's just like, yep, I believe in God but not aliens.
Yeah.
Versus Joe Rogan is like, well, why can't you believe in both, you know? So that's kind of where I think a lot of people connect with him, is because he's a representation of all of us listening to an expert talk.
Right.
Which is also why I don't listen to a lot of like the Joey Diaz episodes, or when he has that one fucking dumb kid on there all the time. What's his name? The guy who pronounces it Mulk instead of milk. What's his name? Brendan Schaub.
Oh.
I can't stand that guy. But yeah, so when he gets an expert on there, that's what I want to see.
Yeah.
That's the interesting stuff.
Yeah.
Or when he has somebody on there that I admire, like that Robert Rodriguez episode, I was fucking glued to that one.
Yeah.
Like, nobody talk to me for the next fucking 3 hours. Shut up.
No, yeah, that was a great episode, and it's one of those things. Again, it's like really listening to somebody's ideas or the way that they do things, and just makes you think about the things that you do, and like, fuck, man.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense.
Well, and every once in a while, you'll hear a podcast in particular, and somebody will say something so profound that it just sticks with you. Because I am still like, don't blink.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to do my workout. Don't blink. Or his mentality on, you know, working out is, I hated working out, but I had to get it into the mindset, I'm an athlete. Oh shit, now I like working out.
Yeah.
Or
I have to work out because I'm an athlete.
yeah, I'm a filmmaker. I'm not an aspiring filmmaker. I'm a filmmaker.
Yeah.
Which has just kind of really changed my whole inner paradigm of always kind of second guessing the things that I want to do. Like, I don't know if I can make it work. Well, just fucking do it.
Yeah.
Shut up and go.
Something that you want to do, just do it. Except for if it's something like fucking killing somebody, don't do that.
Or perpetuating flat Earth.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Yeah, just stay off of YouTube and don't do that.
Go read an actual book, please.
Maybe a science book. They can all say that about the shit that we talk about, though. I don't know. Flat Earth is bullshit.
It's low IQ.
Yeah, I mean, we were driving home the other night, and I was staring, like, Kara was driving, and I looked at the moon, and I was like, how the fuck could you think it's flat? And she's like, what? Oh, never mind. It's just something that something that I said on an episode. You'll have to go back and listen to it.
This is what kills me, is how universal a sphere is, right? What shape is your eyeball? It's a sphere.
Yeah.
Right? What shape is a cell? It's a sphere. What shape is an atom? It's a cluster of spheres.
Shape of your nuts.
Shape of your balls. I mean, they're a little oval.
Yeah.
I mean, the two on the left are. The three on the right are different.
Yeah.
They're perfect spheres.
Smaller and perfectly round.
Yeah. Don't tell anybody about that.
Yeah.
So the sphere is kind of the like universal shape in a way. There's the sphere and the egg, right? A woman's eggs.
Sphere.
So how can you look at the moon or a picture of the Earth and go
Flat.
disc?
Yeah. Flat.
They're the ones that when they were in kindergarten, you know, when you had the toy that had the shapes that only go in the shapes.
They just
hole?
put them all in the square hole.
Yeah, they're just like fits.
They're all squares.
All squares.
Yeah. I was one of those kids. I still put them all in. Can I make the triangle fit into the square hole?
That's different. That's curiosity, not stupidity. The stupidity is like the caveman. Make go. Earth flat. I drink bleach.
Is that a bad thing? You're not supposed to drink bleach?
Oh. Earth flat. Tennis ball have no gravity. Firmament.
Yeah, it was just funny. I said that out loud, and she's like, what are you talking about? Never mind. Just thinking.
That's how you know something is so stupid that it seeps in and you just like verbalize something that you were thinking. It's your intelligent brain's way of saying, get this the fuck out. Just bleh. That's better.
Yeah.
But
I do like to watch those videos just because maybe that's why a lot of them do it, is because how many people are watching the flat earth videos because they think they're stupid?
Probably most of them.
Yeah.
Probably in the same way that you watch the internet alpha males because of how cringy they are.
Yeah.
Or in the same way you would watch like Desperate Housewives. You know, it's entertainment value that appeals to the low IQ part of you. It's like when somebody tells a dick or fart joke, you're just like,
Yeah, maybe it might be like that feeling of being smarter than somebody else, and so you watch somebody that you think of as really dumb,
yeah.
so that you can feel smarter. Maybe. I like to watch them because I don't believe them. Really, it's like, this is your theory, convince me.
And then they have the flimsiest evidence you've ever heard.
Yeah.
You know what I like better than watching flat earthers? I like watching actual physicists or other scientific researchers crash out to watching flat earth videos. just like losing their fucking minds. That's not how that works. And you're like, oh, this is entertaining.
Have you ever watched, there's this, I think it's on Netflix, it's called Kunk on Earth.
Nah.
Oh. You gotta watch that series, it's fucking hilarious.
Kunk on Earth?
Yeah. And it's this girl, it's this lady, it's this female that she's supposed to be like an investigative journalist. And it's almost like Ollie G.
Oh, okay.
Or like where she's interviewing real people who are like real experts in their field, and then she's just asking the fucking dumbest questions. It's hilarious. And her name is Philomena Kunk. Like she's this English lady, but it's all but she does like almost like a Living Planet, where she goes around and talks about animals or like history and shit like that, and then talks to historians and like experts on animals or biology, and she asks the most asinine questions that don't make any sense at all. And so they're just sitting there like trying to answer her question honestly because they don't know that this whole thing is a joke. Fucking hilarious.
Let me check that out.
Yeah.
Speaking of asinine and not making any sense, Scott had never seen that Terrence Howard episode on Joe Rogan.
Oh.
And I had to force myself to go back into it and finish it. And the whole time I'm like, none of this is true. Not one bit of this is provable science or math. And he says it in such a way that he's very convincing. But it's like, the shit you're perpetuating is not fucking true at all.
Yeah.
So a lot of it, I kind of went down the rabbit hole. I'm like, okay, let's see what it is to elements are colors, or elements have a sound or whatever. Let's see what all this is about. And it is all kind of fringe science. So I'm not hating on it, but it's just not provable. But you're perpetuating something that's not provable as it's pure fact, and everybody else is stupider than me because they don't believe this. And I had such a fucking issue with it, and I'm like, this guy's an idiot.
I did enjoy that episode more so because it made me think of things in a way that, like he was talking about, of like resonance of frequency of all the different elements.
That part I did find interesting.
Yeah.
So that, it wasn't something I could prove, but it was something that, okay, they've only scratched the surface on it, and that's why.
Right.
But the number one problem I had was this fucking 1 × 1 = 2 bullshit. That is not how math works.
Yeah.
And like when I've explained math to my kids to try to teach them how, it's when you're multiplying, think of it this way. Instead of thinking 1 × 1, it's 1, 1. So if you're trying to make 1 × 5 is 1, 5. So it's 5. Now if you're taking 2 × 2, that's 2 2s. Put those together. I don't think Terrence Howard gets that.
Yeah. It's 1 apple. You're going to eat 1 apple 1 time. How many apples did you eat? 1.
1. That's it. Promise.
You ate the apple once. 1 time, that's 1 apple.
Yeah. And it's like, if you take 1 woman and 1 man and they procreate, you get 1 child. Now, that's not including twins or anything. It's different. But typically, 1 × 1 = 1. That's it.
Yeah.
So it's just like, holy fuck, man. This is painful to listen to. But I did watch another video of another scientist was explaining what he was talking about, and it's like, yes, these are fringe theories and they're not proven or whatever, and they are very interesting, and they do they should be delved into more. But again, it's just his delivery.
Yeah.
I've got 94 patents. On fucking what? You could patent anything, apparently.
Yeah, I think I watched, what's his name? The astrophysicist guy.
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Neil deGrasse Tyson talking about Terrence Howard.
I watched that one too.
And that was just like,
It's like watching Mike Tyson beating up a toddler.
yeah.
I'm not the biggest fan of Neil deGrasse Tyson, but I'm not denying the guy is fucking super smart and he knows what he's talking about.
Yeah. You ever watch the Key and Peele?
Yeah.
How like makes his wife like think that he's not cheating because he like goes on some tangent of like scientific explanation of fucking. That's great. Those are great.
So, let's go back to talking about the podcast. What's something that we've changed for this year from last year that you enjoyed?
I think maybe the different sets of scenery that we've used have been cool.
That is a fun thing.
Cool to see. I even think that maybe we can, if time allows, we can do stuff like that on like paranormal investigations, like do an episode there and talk about what we're going to do and then do the investigation or whatever. I think that we've been better about allowing ourselves to have time to research things.
Yeah.
But yeah, what about you?
I think the not drinking thing has been like one of the best choices because the conversations are fun and stuff, but then there comes a time where it's like, okay, we stopped making sense about 10 minutes ago, you know. So it's probably better for the listeners. Granted, there's times where you're like, man, this conversation would be so much more fun if we were pounding beers right now. But I think
yeah, they're fun to listen to a certain point, and then you're just like, these guys are fucking hammered.
Well, it also depends on if there's somebody else there. Like if Yeg's there and he's been drinking, forget about it. Just wherever you start getting annoyed, just stop. Next episode.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that we definitely have a more clear line to getting to points by not drinking.
I think there's still those brain fart moments, but it's easier to bounce back from it when we're not drinking. It's easier to like go, because it's intrinsic, where we can both tell it's like, fuck, stand still. So, like, okay, I found a track, let's get back on it, you know, instead of being like, this fucking beer's good. Yeah,
there was no limit to the drinking when we were drinking. It was like drinking.
There were some hardcore episodes. There was a few, man. We show up with a fucking case of beer and a fifth, and it's like, after doing 2 or 3 episodes, like, where'd all the fucking beer go? Shit, that fifth's almost gone.
Like every 10 minutes we have to pause to go take a piss.
Should have just got catheters.
Yeah.
Just non-stop. Keep it coming.
Maybe moving forward, if we start drinking again, that'll be the way. Catheters all the way, baby. Or those things that they sell for like music festivals where it's like a long condom that just hangs on your wiener and you just put it down into a bucket.
Or just have a bucket.
You're just talking like, I'm pissing right now, dude.
You're just talking about whatever subject, and you just hear just filling up a metal bucket. That would be awkward.
That would be awkward.
I don't know what I would do if I was talking about something, you just pulled out and started pissing. What is happening? Stop that!
Yeah, as long as we don't go into the diaper realm and so we're just like shitting our pants while we're fucking having a conversation.
It's like, so the thing about astral projection is...
Your little kid poo face like...
That was fucking priceless. That was like the funniest thing when your kids are small. That.
What are you doing under the table? Oh, taking a poop? No.
Yeah, you watch him and you can't help but laugh.
Yeah.
You're just like, is it a tough one?
Yeah, I saw something, and I think it was a clip from your mom's house. The podcast, not your actual mom's house, but like, they were talking to someone. He's like, "You ever look at somebody in the eyes while they're taking a shit?" What? It's like, yeah, I was walking down the street in New York and saw some homeless guy taking a shit. We locked eyes for a second. Yeah, that would be something to remember, I guess.
It'd be awkward.
It would be awkward.
You're just like, hey, see you later.
You're doing that.
Napkin?
You sure are regular.
Yep, that's a full-grown man taking a shit. That's pretty cool. That's why New York is such a shithole. And I try to veer so far away from politics because it's such an enraging thing, no matter what side you're on. But I was looking into the policies of that guy they just fucking voted in as mayor, Madami or whatever. Wowzers, you guys voted him in on purpose? Good luck.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess we'll see what happens.
You can see real quick. Well, this is going to be free, and this is going to be free, and this is going to be free. Okay, how do you intend to pay for it? Tax dollars. Cool, man.
There was somebody I saw on Instagram. I don't know if I sent it to you, but it's like this guy that's supposed to be, his persona is like this woke activist person, but he just makes like satire videos, short reels. And it was like supposed to be a campaign ad for his like campaign. And it was like, how are we going to pay for these things?
Oh, yeah.
Covered income.
Covered income.
You too can get covered income.
Yeah, you did send me that.
It's pretty funny. I was like, oh, that's fucking accurate.
Yeah, it's pretty close for fucking New York. You know, most of us are pretty centrist, whether we want to admit it or not. You know, you may have right-leaning or left-leaning ideologies on some things, but for the most part, most Americans are kind of in the middle.
Yeah.
Whether you're just on the right of the middle or just on the left of the middle, it doesn't matter. So you look at places like New York or California, and they're just terrible for people to live in. Absolutely terrible. Stop voting for far-left people.
Yeah.
And at the same time, stop voting for far-right people, too. We need people who can meet in the middle.
Yeah. Yeah. That's one thing that I hate talking about politics because it's so... I think that politics now, especially the way that it's like campaigned all the time now on social media, not even, it's just your algorithm working against you to show you all the fucking stupid shit that you want to see.
Yeah.
Or that you keep watching. But it's just a divisive tool just to divide and conquer. Like
it is.
So I don't like to talk about it and whatever. I have the way that I feel. You can have the way that you feel. I don't care. Like I'm not going to let that divide me from having a conversation with you. Like
I think the biggest problem I have now is it's no longer about logic or policy or anything like that. It's either you are super pro-Trump or you are super anti-Trump.
Yeah.
There's nothing else. It's people aren't even talking about policy anymore. They're not talking about things that need repair or systems that work or don't work. It's literally all about Trump, one side or the other. Which I've said before, Trump has given psychology one of the greatest gifts of all time of Trump derangement syndrome. But that works on both sides.
Yeah.
Because there are people who will fucking suck Trump's dick in front of their own mother. That's how much they love that guy.
Yeah.
And then there are people who would literally murder his children. Mm-hmm. So I cannot buy into it anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. And I get stuck down rabbit holes on like Instagram and shit, like the algorithm showing me things that I guess I'm interested in because I watched them, I guess, and so it keeps feeding me this shit. But in that episode with Sean Ryan, that psyops guy talks about it, and he's like, the whole thing, the algorithm is a psyop. Like the way that the algorithm is programmed, even then it's like they know that through research on the algorithm, you're more likely to buy something after you've had after you felt like hatred for something. You want a dopamine hit, so you want to buy something. So they'll show you a few videos and then show you something that's going to trigger you to make you mad and then give you an ad.
Yep.
And so it's like, dude, that is such a crazy thing, and it's just the psychological weapon that they've been using to try to sell you fucking jeans or shoes or whatever.
Yeah.
It's really like eye-opening to see how we as the populace of the world are being manipulated already by a program.
Yeah, and it is crazy too how you will see something or a lot of some things that will trigger an emotional response in you, and they're almost tailor-made by things that you've watched, because that is how the algorithm works. Is if you scroll past the video, it's probably not going to show you anything again, but if you stay on a video for however many seconds, it's going to go, oh, they watched that, we need to give them more. And like you'll scroll past the video of somebody talking about like infidelity or whatever, or narcissism, and you go, fuck man, that sucks, and you keep scrolling, and then it's like, hey, have you bought this arm trainer from TikTok? Hey, have you looked at these protein premixes? All this shit, and it's just like, fuck man, because that's exactly how it's designed. You're having an emotional trigger, and like you said, you want that dopamine hit, and you're like, yeah, I do want those horchata flavored proteins.
Yeah.
Like, I haven't bought them, but
sound good.
They do sound really good.
Yeah.
In pre-made packs too. No more carrying around a container.
I've seen those ones. It's like a little pouch, and then you just put it right in there, and it just dissolves.
Yeah, I have seen those. I saw the thing on Shark Tank when they first came out with them.
Yeah.
Or when they were trying to sell it, I guess. But
anyway. Pretty nifty. You don't have to fucking carry around a bunch of powder with you.
Dude, so
not that powder.
Those fucking Zip Fizz tubes? I want to buy those just by themselves and a funnel, so I could put like the creatine and aminos together just in one tube instead of having to carry around the fucking things.
Yeah.
It'd be so much nicer.
Yeah.
Business idea. You heard it here, don't fucking steal it.
Yeah, I just bought some pre-workout that's pre-workout and creatine, so I don't have to take both.
Yeah, so much nicer. That's why I like the flavorless creatine, because the aminos have flavor.
Yeah.
So it just all tastes like grape.
Yeah.
That's my... Have like 2 of those a day.
Yeah. Yeah, I bought that pre-workout and amino acids.
Yeah.
Pretty good. Tastes like the amino acids taste like fucking Swedish fish.
Yeah. The BCAA aminos.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I use. So good. Anyway, something else with podcasts that I want to do is I would like to get more people to come in, especially people who are have experience in certain fields. Like we've talked about doing tarot as an episode forever. I would like an actual tarot reader to come on and talk about it.
Yeah.
I think that would be very interesting. So it's like, for one, we're cutting some of the research off of our plate so this person can explain it. But then we can also prod that person with questions or, maybe some, what's a good word for it? This is kind of bullshit, that sort of thing.
Try to poke holes in their tarot.
Yeah, like, fill that back in, go ahead. Or even just having people come in who have the brain power to have a good conversation or have something to add to that conversation. Like, Andrew.
Yeah.
Granted, we got to change up the microphone situation with him because he talks really low. But he always has a great point of view. He always has good things to add. So I like that. not to take away from this dynamic, but sometimes adding another person is valuable.
Yeah. Yeah, I would actually like to talk to him, see if he wants to come in and do an episode about what he's been working on and what he's been thinking about lately. Whether that's something he wants to talk about here or not, I don't know. I'll have to ask him. Interesting stuff, though.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Even if it's not that, if he wants to do another episode with, like, some other shit.
Yeah. It's always weird to me, the people who have come up and be like, hey, you know, let me come up on your show. Okay, what do you want to talk about? Well, I don't know. Do you not know how this show works? I mean, have you never listened to it? And it's astounding how many people want to go on it, but they've never listened to it. And it's almost insulting in a way. But it's like, we have kind of a niche thing that we do. So it's, if you want to come on, you have to play into that or be a part of it, not just come on just to talk, you know.
Or just even know, to be able to know what is happening.
Yeah.
Or it might sound like, what are you guys fucking talking about? We're here to, I thought we were talking about fucking ancient aliens.
Yeah.
And you guys are talking about some guy taking a shit. Yeah, that's all part of it, dude. It's all connected.
Yeah, I think a lot of people kind of, they think, oh, you know, you do a podcast, it must be like when Joe Rogan sits down with Nate Diaz, where it's just dudes having a conversation. It is, but we have a point we're talking about.
Yeah.
And usually it's the people who want to come on and be a part of it, they're not into the same things that we are, so it's kind of like, sorry, but no.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to talk about elephants and how elephants fucking procreate or whatever dumb shit you want to. No, that's actually pretty cool. I would like to see fucking elephants boning or whatever. I don't care.
Just fuck.
You're an expert in fucking elephant cocks.
Oh yeah, they get up to 3 feet. Blah blah. Like, cool, bro.
So, what are some? Are there any topics offhand right now that you can think of that you want to go through for the next year?
So I do want to do tarot. That's been on my mind. This Garth Brooks one has been fucking heavy on me lately, and it's kind of funny because we put it on the docket a couple of times and then taken it off. And I think that's the universe's way of working out correct timing, divine timing.
Yeah.
Because like when I brought it up to you last week to do it, I had like zero inclination to do it. And then a couple of days ago I started doing the research and I was like, oh my God, I am fucking vacuumed into this right now. And that was kind of the way I understood it for myself, was this is something that I really want to put a lot of focus on, a lot of attention into. I don't want to rush it. I will actually want to take the time, not just to have all the information correct, but going forward, one thing I want to do with the videos is put more media into it. Like, think of the Phenomicon podcast we did. I think that was actually like the first video we actually did that was successful. Don't quote me, but I'm pretty sure. But adding the pictures overlaid and videos and things like that interjected, or even the Manosphere one, where I put in the clips where we're making fun of fucking Joey What's-His-Face for sounding like a Goldar.
Yeah.
Those Dingle Dogs don't know. Like, stuff like that was something I really wanted to do more of, and I kind of got lazy with the videos because I could just edit it without looking at it. But it's like I want to go back to putting that kind of care into it. So, for example, with the Garth Brooks video, if you're going to talk about, let's say, the Chris Gaines thing, put some clips of Chris Gaines in there or some pictures of it, so it's like if you're watching the video you have more of a visual or auditory stimulation instead of just watching us two talk.
Yeah.
So it is, like I said, the universe's way of divine timing of, okay, now the time is right, now you can do this because you're more inspired to do it the way you really want to do it, not just half-ass it and then feel like, fuck, I missed this or I could have done this. So it just works out strange. But as for other topics, yes, the Garth Brooks thing, tarot. I want to beat up on more of the ghost hunting people. I'm not going to be polite about Zach Bagans at all. Who the fuck cheats on Holly Madison? I know I've said that before. It just doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
I don't get cheating on your partner anyway, but when they're that fucking hot, like, you're retarded.
Yeah. I couldn't agree more. I mean, we tried to do an episode on the Warrens and Zach Bagans. Didn't really work out. I think that would have been cool with the fire and the way that we were shooting it, but like, again, I think that was probably one of those things where drinks were involved and fucking shit got missed, and that would be a cool scenario, I think, too, though, to be doing like ghost hunting episodes with the green screen type night vision. We even put like ghosts in the background while we're talking.
Yeah, because I'm going to get a green drop cloth for these 3 walls right here. For some of the video stuff that we're going to shoot, like, it would be nice to be able to have green screen effect.
Yeah.
And I watched some videos on how to do it, and it's super fucking easy. But yeah, I mean, we could change the whole backdrop. I am actually going to kind of rearrange this room to kind of better suit not just us when we sit and do it, like move this way, but also if there's going to be guests, how do I configure cameras and everything like that.
Right.
What's some episodes you want to do?
I don't know, like, I think we should sit down and come up with another list of, like, I know we had the list in your book of like a lot of the topics that we wanted to cover in the beginning, and it seems like we've covered a lot of those things now.
Quite a few.
So maybe coming up with another list so that we have a reference point of like what we're going to be doing, so we can already start backlogging information on what it is, so it's not a fly from the hip type of thing. Which I don't mind for most of the stuff, but there are some that get into deep water, like fucking the Garth Brooks thing, where there's like, when you told me about it months ago, I was like, what the fuck? I never even heard of this, and then I went through and I saw like your mom's podcast shit about it, and then I was like, oh, that's hilarious. And then when you brought it up again, I was like, oh yeah. So I started looking into it, and there is a lot of weird shit that's like, this is deeper than a joke.
Yeah, and that's why I said it really is going to require a lot more than the kind of, 20 to 36 hour window of research. Because it really does stem back from his early life all the way into now.
Yeah.
And the way it has kind of a cultural impact. It's not just your mom's house. It's also, the Tom Segura bit, or it's the book, or it's this kind of like internet conspiracy thing that it's turned into now.
Yeah. To
where it's so has so many different layers to it that it really requires more.
Yeah. Of course, I do enjoy like the the more organic things that have happened, like the telepathy tapes and stuff like that. But there's been episodes that we've done where it's like, oh, we should talk about this. Like the 3-Eye Atlas episode that we did, where it's like, oh, tomorrow let's record an episode. Let's talk about, 3-Eye Atlas, space junk, whatever. And like the next day we woke up and then fucking the Y-Files has an episode, and like, that was just fucking serendipitous, like,
right?
Again, the universe telling us it's the time to do these things, like.
And that happened like 3 times.
Yeah.
Throughout the year with different episodes. I can't think of what they are off the top of my head, but I want to say there was 3 different episodes where it was like the day we go to record it, an episode from the Y-Files comes out on that same subject.
Yep.
You're like,
yeah.
It's all connected.
Well, it's like, dude, are we using telepathy to know these things are happening right now, but I think that organic like flow of like these are the things that are happening right now and are being talked about right now, and so it's like maybe that's just because it's in our minds at that point to research this thing, do an episode, and then all of a sudden, you know, just because it's in the public domain that we occupy with our brains where we're at, you know. I don't know, it's weird though.
Well, I mean, I've been delving a lot into like Carl Jung and Alan Watts and things like that, and a lot of those guys talk about your thoughts create your reality, and I think there's something to be said for that, where, you know, like the 3-Eye Atlas one was kind of a sudden one, like, oh, you know, I think it was like 1 or 2 day head start on it.
Yeah, I think we talked about it on Summerween, doing it the following Wednesday or whatever, Tuesday.
Yeah. There was not much prep time on it.
Yeah.
But in doing the research, you know, I found myself really into it. Like, this is super interesting. And then the day of, when it's time to record, it's like, usually right before we do it, I'm kind of doing a last minute cram session. Like, all right, let me recap on this.
Yeah.
And then you go in and you find that episode of the Y-Files, which is like my number one source of information.
Yeah.
So it really is super divine. If I'm thinking about it and I'm outputting that I want to put out the correct information and I want to put out good information. So it's like the universe is giving you exactly what your thought process is requesting at that moment. And I know a lot of people will listen to that and be like, that's fringe, that's woo-woo. Fuck you, I don't care.
Yeah.
I know how it is.
Yeah. Travis Taylor already said there's no such thing as fringe, so if you're disagreeing with multiple doctors.
Yeah. He's got like 2 or 3 fucking master's degrees. He's a doctor. We're doctors. If you disagree.
Yeah. Sorry.
Fucking flat earthers.
Yeah, like just be the new term. Is it like calling somebody stupid, just calling them a flat earther?
Yeah. Instead of being like, you're fucking dumb, be like, I bet you believe in flat earth.
You're a real flat earther, aren't you? That fucking slick brain fucking...
You fucking smooth brain idiot.
Pulled back tighter than fucking Seagal's ponytail.
Oh, man, that's fucking funny. Let's see, I think we pretty much covered everything.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of anything else I really want to cover. There are some real things I'd like to talk about, like was wanting to do an episode about phone usage in schools.
Oh, yeah.
I think that would be a really interesting thing to cover. Or I would eventually like to talk about school shootings, but it's like I don't know what I have to say about it at the moment, so the universe will work that shit out when it's time, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would like to talk about more actual real stuff, you know, but balance it out, because conspiracies and soul exploration and things like that, like, that's the bread and butter. That's the stuff that rustles my jimmies.
Yeah.
But throwing a little bit of real stuff would be helpful. I still would rather not do any episodes about politics unless it's conspiracy related, like, you know, voter fraud or whatever. Stuff like that's interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's like doing research for like a lot of these things that we cover, especially the conspiracy theories stuff. There's always multiple avenues of these different things, and so it's like I said, you could do like series, which might be a cool thing of doing like series on different things, but that's always something that has to come up. Like most of the time I don't even realize what it is until like after I'm doing the research and I've done so many hours, and it's like, okay, well, you have to look at this too.
Yeah.
And then that's going to take another 10, 15 hours, and then in that 10 or 15 hours most likely it's going to open up another avenue of like, fuck, we have to chase this thing down now. And so it's like an ongoing thing of like, but where do you start? And it's almost you start from the middle, it seems like, and then you are chasing it both ways, like, and so you get spread out so thin. So yeah, I think maybe doing some research on a lot of different things, finding the topics that we want to do ahead of time, and then prepping long term.
Yeah, I think that's the ticket going forward. I think the only thing to worry about is kind of that stagnation, where some of the spontaneity that we have really works out. Again, with the telepathy tapes, where it's like, what is it, like a week from the time that idea came about to the time we were doing an episode, where it's like, dude, you got to check this out. Listen to the whole thing, like, fuck, we got to get an episode now, you know? Versus if it's too rigid in the plan, there's no room for that.
Yeah.
So I think it's definitely just a thing to look at in terms of how to schedule it out.
Yeah.
There's no limit to how many episodes we can record or put out. So it's, you know, maybe if we get to a day where it's like, fuck, we're both feeling this subject, let's just record on that subject, and then we'll come back to the other one.
Yep.
Either way, it's going to work.
Yeah.
I'm digging it.
All in all, it's been another fun year. I mean, we've done a lot of things. Like, we've, even like some of the stuff that we talked about early in the years inspired myself to do a whole lot of different things and do things very differently.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to another year of development, growth.
Dude, that's the ticket, man. I think about where we were in that first year versus how far we went in the second year, and it's like, if we can keep that trajectory going, you know, I never want to just like find a footing and then be stable there for a long time. Like, let's keep it growing. Let's change things as we go.
Yeah.
To where we're not just doing the same stagnant thing over and over. Even if you do, you know, you find a footing and you stay in it for a year, cool. What are you going to bring to the table that's new next year? Bigger platforms like Joe Rogan or Sean Ryan, they've got their platform and they know how that works for them.
Yeah.
We got to kind of keep reinventing to keep it fresh.
Yeah. Even with the addition of our third party here on that last episode that we did, that was fun. We expounded on things that we wanted to talk about, and then asked questions, and then expounded on those things.
Yeah.
It's a cool concept.
It really is. And it is helpful to have that search engine right there without having to have a third person in there to be like, Jamie, look that up.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that.
Yeah. I've always thought, like, why don't they just Google? Why don't they just have, yeah.
That's like Jamie's job, is just to use Google.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like, can we just give everybody in the room a mouse so they can click on, move the cursor to what they're talking about?
Yeah.
No, that one down to the left. Nope. My left. Yep. Nope.
Yep, click that. No, not that one.
No, go back.
God, are you even fucking listening?
Fuck, you got a laser pointer, dude? This one right here.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Fucking solved it, and there wasn't anything to solve there.
We just solve shit for the fun of it now. It's not even fucking an issue. It's just fucking...
I'm surprised MIT doesn't call us for their problems.
Yeah. I don't know what, like, you guys need help with the Hadron Collider, or going back to the future?
Yeah, like...
I think it's 1.21 gigawatts. I don't know.
They fucking bring us to the Large Hadron Collider. They're like, it's not working. Do you know what to do, Mr. Doctor? Like, oh yeah, turn the power on.
Have you tried unplugging and plugging it back in?
Oh, fucking, there's a lockout left over there. When you take that off, they're like, fuck.
So they get to cut off Carl's lock there.
Anyway, I think we'll call it there. Looking forward to the next year, Doctor.
Doctor.
Okay, love you. Bye-bye.
Bye.